going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope all is well. This video, I want to talk about Coach Prime. He's saying that the NFL is not for him. Now, he said this in the past, and there's been a lot of talk about him going to the NFL after the season. You know, it's just rumor mill, but I guess he felt the need to address it again on why he don't want to coach in the NFL. So we're going to talk about that. Also, Coach Prime calls for one major tradition in college football to change. So we're going to talk about that. Colorado athletics, they mourn the passing. Voice of the Buffs, Larry Zimmer. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about all that and more. So first, Larry Zimmer passed away. He was a longtime voice of the Buffs. He also was a radio broadcaster for the Broncos, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I believe so, because I remember his voice. But it said Colorado athletics lost the voice of several generations of Buffalo fans with passing of Larry Zimmer on Saturday morning. Zimmer, who's 88 years old, was the voice of the Buffaloes for 42 seasons, providing the lead play-by-play commentary on Colorado football and men's basketball beginning in 1971. Man, that was before I was born. CU held a moment of silence for Zimmer prior to Sunday's tip-off between the third-ranked Buffalo's women's basketball team and number 6 USC. A CU institution, his voice was synonymous with our athletic program, and he was beloved by our coaches, players, and fans. CU Athletic Director Rick George said in a release. Whether it was calling games for KOA or serving as the master of ceremonies for many of our functions, Larry Zimmer was CU. He was truly a part of our overall athletic history. We will miss him, and our thoughts and prayers are with his family. And it said here, went on to say that Zimmer called every CU football game on KOA between 1971 and 1981. Following a brief hiatus from KOA, Zimmer got back behind the CU microphone and never again stayed from the Buffs during his career. Zimmer retired from KOA's sports director in 2004, but remained in the analyst role for football broadcasts alongside current play-by-play voice Mark Johnson. Zimmer missed a few games due to health reasons in 2014 and retired following the 2015 season. So, rest in peace to Zimmer. And yeah, man, the voice of the Buffs. And I know he did call some Broncos games. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. I believe so. So it says here, Coach Prime calls for one major tradition to end in college football. His style and philosophy are sometimes that the sports hasn't really seen and is still attempting to adapt to. He welcomes attention to his program unlike any other coaches who simply want to just focus on football. And he also has a roster construction method that is about as risky as they come and are still waiting to see if it's sustainable. Let me just stop right there. I like how they wrote that. They said his style is risky as they come, and they're trying to wait and see. Guys, we're just trying to wait and see if this is going to be sustainable. So, yeah, they always take shots every now and then. The podcast appearance on Robert Griffin on the third podcast, Sanders revealed that the negative recruiting aspect of college football is not something he approves of, a practice in which coaches will talk down about a program or a coach to recruit a transfer to get a transfer to sway away from them from attending their program. So he said he would like that tradition to stop in college football. The thing is, it's not going to stop. In fact, it's going to continue because he's the coach there. If a coach, I'm not saying all coaches do this, but if you have a coach and they have a big time recruit and that recruit is trying to decide whether to go to Colorado or their program, yeah, there's going to be some coaches that may talk down. That's just the way it is. That's just something that he's going to have to deal with. And I had said this yesterday, it's going to be something that he always going to have to deal with being a coach. And I'm glad some of the young men told him about it, because if they hadn't said anything about it, he wouldn't have known. And this competition, man, is fierce. And with the NILs now, it's almost somewhat making the playing field a little bit level, because you remember back in the day, all the recruits go to just a few major programs. I'm talking about the 5 stars and these premier players. You know, there's levels to it. They always go to a few programs. But now with these NILs and teams allowing the collectives to give these kids incentives to come to the university, it makes it that even more competitive now. You're not just going to have these 1 or 2 or 3 major universities having a stronghold over the recruiting competition. And then what makes it even more, here's something else to add to it: the transfer portal. Yes, players were allowed to transfer back in the day, right? They were allowed to transfer, but this is a little bit different. The players, it's almost like free agency, so to speak. Actually, it is. You could say that, especially for the top athletes and throughout the country. If they don't like a program one year and they get a good offer somewhere else, they just hit the transfer portal. And with this particular season, it really changes the game because multiple transfers can hit the transfer portal. Now, that's something that they might change. As far as these multiple transfers hitting the transfer portal and things like that, we're going to see if that changes. But for right now, let's say we have some people at Colorado right now, and they make it all the way to the spring game. And the end of the spring game, a lot of these kids might be hitting the transfer portal. So now Coach Prime going to have to go out and recruit some more, get some players in. That's not enough time to get a player to gel with the system, as opposed to the players that are there now getting acclimated to the system early. But that's just what every university has to deal with. It's not just Coach Prime. That's just the nature of the game right now. I think in the future, I honestly think there's going to be some regulations put on these NILs and transfer portal rules and how much they paying the players. I think there's going to be some type of legislation in the future. But right now, it's like the Wild Wild West. And with that being said, there's competition. Yes, it's cutthroat. Yes, they're going to say stuff about Coach Prime. Yes, they're going to say that he's not staying there past this year. They're going to say that. They're going to do whatever they can to have an edge on Colorado. This is the way it is. Coaches could be talking bad about other coaches too, but we just not hearing about it. So yeah, that's my take on it. So Coach Prime explains why coaching in the NFL is not right for him. Now, again, he was talking to Robert Griffin III, and he said he could see himself clashing with today's players due to the difference in mentality. He said he's old school. Sanders said, I'm not going to say they're too soft, but we might collide with the thought process of even getting to the game. My disruption is going to start on Monday, and we're watching the film from the previous game. And we got to flush that in, then you're off on Tuesday and so forth. He said, I'm not going to give you off Tuesday, but that doesn't mean you don't come in. What that does mean is, because if you want to be great, most guys come in there. And he was just saying that there's a lot of things going on. Like he said, just dealing with millionaires, period. And I would say that he would have a challenge. He would have a challenge in that aspect, because if these players are supposed to have off, they want to have off, and they will clash with them. I think most will. This is different than college. You got guys on the salary. However, though, you're going to have some guys that's going to show respect to him, though. I think if he was the coach of NFL team, I think 90% of that locker room will respect his rules. The Dallas Cowboys, right? Let's say if he went to the Dallas Cowboys, I don't think he'll have a problem too much. But like he said, so I'm old school in that aspect, that I want unity. I want these guys, what do you say? I want unity. I want these guys to want this. And on social media, he said, we got that like button. He said, I want a love button in this game. I don't want you to like this. I want you to love this. Yeah. So I don't know if he was working with somebody like Jerry Jones, man. Jerry Jones will probably have his back, and the players would have to fall in line, or they'll just get off the team. one way or the other, and bring some people in there that will buy into what you're doing. That's pretty much all he has to do there. But yeah, he will run into some type of static with these NFL players. So yeah, I'm with him. I wouldn't want to coach either. At that level, it's hard enough. You see what he's going through in college with some players, so it'll be that more magnified or intensified in the NFL. But I still think he can do it though. We talked on the last live about Bishop Thomas. I don't see him around. I don't see him in the well-off media clips or anything like that. I'm hoping that he comes back. He's one of the players that I like, and I mean, if the kid has some problems and stuff like that, I don't think they should suspend him for the rest of the year. I don't. Hopefully he get his problems addressed or whatever he got going on. If he even have any problems, I don't know. But I think he should come back. He came there to help, man. A lot of these players came there last year. Some came for more opportunity and stuff like that. But you have a situation right now. Let me just say this. I'm going to put this out here. You have a situation right now where there's a lot of players that transferred in, even this year. Everybody's not going to play. You got some players, they want to be one and done. Some players might get outplayed by other players on that roster and they might not play, and they got to be cool with that. Are they willing to be cool with that for the betterment of the team? Everybody is not. Everybody wants to, these guys want to play. But everybody can't play. It's not enough football to go around. And we see that with the wide receiver position. Somebody going to be on the scout team and is not going to like it. Okay? And that's just the way it is, man. Somebody told me, like I had someone, I didn't play Power 5 football. I played high school, so there's levels to it. There's a difference. But what was being told to me was like, look, Max, is competitive. If you are a top athlete, like let's say a Caleb Downs, and you just have these gifts that other people don't have, you just at another level, yeah, you ain't gonna have a problem starting anywhere in the country. But if you're a subpar player, but everybody don't think they subpar. Everybody think they're great, and even at that level, you have to think you're great. And everybody's gonna have a problem playing. I remember you guys talked about. I'm not gonna mention his name. Hope he go to USC though. But everybody think they're good, man. Everybody trusts their skills, and I'm good. But even still, it's like politics involved. It's with every team, not just Colorado. It's with every team. You got politics involved. If one coach don't like you, you might have a problem playing. All of that's a factor. And you might be a running back and you want a certain amount of touches. You want 1,000 yards for the season. You might not get it because we have a quarterback on this team that has to be featured. They say they want him to win the Heisman. It's going to be hard for him to win the Heisman if he has someone running for 1,200 yards because, you guys know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to talk down on anybody, but then you got Travis. He wants the ball too. He wants the ball because he wants to be able to win the Heisman. And Shador got to pass for a certain amount of. Well, actually, not only do he got to pass for a certain amount of yards, I don't know if that's really a factor to win the Heisman. You guys, let me know. Do he has to? Let me ask you guys a question. Do he have to throw for an exorbitant amount of yards? A crazy amount of yards to win a Heisman? Or can he go within the flow of the team and his team go undefeated? And let's see, the team goes undefeated. He spreads the ball around. He's the orchestrator of a balanced attack. Can he win the Heisman that way? Or he really has to stand out? You guys let me know. Because if he really has to stand out, somebody is not going to get the shine. Everybody can't get the shine on the team. However, are you willing to be a team player to make sure this team has a balanced attack? Are you so they might run into some issues there. But other than that, they got a really good team. They got a lot of what do you call it? They have a lot of talent on this team. And a lot of people are calling for 8 games, 9 games. Some are calling for at least 10 games. I could see that happening this year if everybody's on the same page. That's what I'm trying to get at. Everyone has to be on the same page for the betterment of the team. This is what was told to me, because I never played at that level, but he said more than 85% has to be on one accord for this team to work. But you guys let me know. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the bell notification. Guys, I'll see you on the next one. I might come back later. We might do a panel. Peace. Thanks for watching, guys. But before you go, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also hit the bell notification so you can get updated on my latest content as it drops. If you have any video ideas, feel free to leave a comment below. Take care.